Alright guys, we've got an eXtremeRate Joycon shell. I got a Nintendo Switch recently, and you've got an original orange or red, looks orange to me but they say it's red, Joycon, and then the blue one is missing. It has a pink one with it. This one was chewed up. This was not working. Unfortunately, I did not record the repair on that, but the backlight cable was disconnected. Let's see what we get in the box here. And I believe this was $15 on Amazon. I'll put a link for it in the description. So of course you get your two Joy-Cons. Well, shells, not the Joy-Con. Which, once you get all the little ribbons and everything in there, it's going to look pretty cool. And these do have the mid shell that holds the battery, so that way this part is clear. So there's that. Then you get a screwdriver, which is kind of an interesting setup. It like screws down onto the screwdriver tip to tighten it. You get a bag of the the buttons, and of course the bumpers and the triggers. So there's that, and then a bag of screws and the tips. So I'm going to use this as a little tray to hold all this stuff so I don't lose them. So dump those in there, and where's the camera at? Oh yeah, right there. So this is the tri-wing tip. So there's that. And then this is the Phillips. Yep, the Phillips. Hey, look, the camera's on this side, not that side. Alright, so there's those. Hopefully we won't have to get into those because it's always nice to have spares. I'm going to pause for a second because I just noticed my son spilt syrup on here. So I'm going to clean that. Alright. Okay, so let's get into this. Maybe we should lower that a little bit. So on the back we have the tri-wing screws on these. Get this loaded in here. It's an interesting way to do a screwdriver. I have to say, the screwdriver itself actually feels kind of cool. So I did already replace the analog stick on this because when I got it from the guy, you can see the dog marks, teeth marks on here. It had chewed the rubber part off the top of the joystick, and it had a lot of drift. So I replaced that already. So what you want to do is you just kind of get your finger in under here, or you can use one of the pry tools. I've got some in the drawer over here. But the reason why I bring up replacing this stick already is if you're going to do this shell upgrade, I would go ahead and replace these if you have any problems with your Joy-Cons, because you're going to be here anyway. So let's go ahead and get that kit. So it doesn't come with it, but I would suggest getting a rubber band that sticks to your finger really well. But getting one of these sets anyway, or at least having a pair of tweezers so you can get in here and pop these guys. That way you don't have to worry about messing up any ribbon cables and stuff. And then the battery, you just kind of work your way under here like that. Some of these don't have tape under the batteries. I've been watching some other videos because I'm new to these, so I figured might as well be safe and, you know, do that. So this one has glue or some tape, and you can see it was on the original shell, and this is the original battery. So when you take this apart, the rest of these will be Phillips inside. It's just the outside screws that are that tri-wing Nintendo clip. And then to take this inner shell off, it's just this screw. Well, there's 3 screws. Here, here, and there. And then this case will come off like that. And then let's see, how do we want to accomplish this? I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. Like that. And you can slide that out. And then on here, you just lift that. This guy will slide out. And we'll go ahead and work on this piece. So on here, there's just the one screw here. And again, that's a Phillips. And I think most of these are the same size. Nope, it doesn't look like it. This one looks like it's actually a little bit smaller. So just kind of keep track of that guy. Pop that out. Pop your little release. And you can put it on this guy now. And now it does come with the buttons, but I actually kind of like the black buttons with the clear shell. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so that is on. I got to change that though. Pink buttons aren't going to work. Alrighty then. Would like to have black buttons here, but I guess I'm going clear for these two. And let's see. So the center one's black, but these two are not. Don't run away. Alright, so I think it's these, yeah. And this says SR and LR, so it's these guys. Thank goodness that shut off. Hopefully you guys could hear me during that. And the cool part about Nintendo stuff is they do a pretty good job of notching their pieces, their buttons and stuff. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's just a little notch there so you can't put it in the wrong way or in the wrong hole. So you want to make sure you get these little tabs off of here so they don't snag in the button holes. And then you also have to get this little rubber pad out of here. And it helps if you got butterfingers so you drop things a lot. Maybe it goes the other way? Yeah, it fits in that way better. Alright. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't quite fit that way. I don't know why you'd make a little tiny rubber piece directional. Alright. So it looks like the notches go to the outside of the case. So we'll just slide that. Oh, come on. There we go. Slide that little guy in there. Shoot. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Okay, so shoulder buttons, you get one R and one L. That makes sense, right? Like I said, I'm new to the Nintendo Switch. Could have just looked at that one, I guess. Alright, so we're going to take this back out. So like I said, Nintendo does a great job of notching their parts so you can't put them in the wrong way. And as you can see, this has two little nubs on there. And the other one only had one. And this one wraps around that little peg in there. Like that. Alright. And this guy goes, hey. This one goes back like that. Two screws, right? Nope. It goes this way. So I've watched a couple of videos on this, and people say you got to be really careful about tightening any of the screws into the clear plastic, because it'll end up fracturing if you tighten it down too much. Alright, they got nice little clickies to them, so that's good. Alright, now we'll move on to this little frame piece over here, and we got to pop this out. Boy, that little bugger just does not want to go. There it goes. Alright, so now the question is, do I want to do a clear button or the black one that's all scratched up? I think I'm going to stick with the black one. Alright, so there's the middle, and we got to pull this guy out. Oh, it's going to screw. So that just screws right back in there again, like that. And then these springs go in these little nubs right here. I think it's going to be easier to put them in here first. Don't do that. Like that. And we gotta line the springs up. Oh shoot. Yeah, I would definitely say you want a pair of these tweezers to do this job. Oh, come on. All right, and that seems to work. It's kind of wobbly compared to the old one. All right, so now the last piece. So this part you just kind of lift out of here. Don't lose the spring that's attached to the bumper. And then you just got to start unscrewing stuff. I think I'm going to try to leave everything connected, so that way I don't have to play around with a bunch of those little tiny ribbon cables. These things are a pain. That being said, it's dangerous because you can end up ripping one of these cables. Oh, I only took one of those screws out. Sorry, I was out of screen there. There we go. So you gotta get this little screw out. And I don't know if these are, yeah, those are definitely a different length. But they seem to be the same as those. So we got that. And there's these two silver ones. I'll put those in a different area. And then I think that's it. Yep, that looks loose. So now we just need to wiggle this little rumble pack out of here. Like that. And we should have it. All right. There we go. And of course, be very careful with the ribbons because they break. Alright, so we have a dust cover here that has to come out. I swear it comes out. Okay. Yep. So this was there are two little, let's see my screen. There's two little bumps right there to line that up with, and then also up against this side here. That doesn't feel like I put it on the right way. How was that? It was like that. Oh good, the button's stuck. Alright, so once again, kind of line up these little niches on the buttons. That works out well. Pick them up and then pick them up again. Boy, this shell is dead. I guess we'll see how long it lasts, huh? Now, do you see that? There's little pads inside of there. Well, I don't think I'm going to get those up. So I guess we're just going to continue here. Take it. Is that directional? Yes, it is. So this lines up with this little piece in here. The rest of that looks the same. Alright, so we got all that in. Now we get to put this fun back in. That slid in. That put in. And then those. Okay. Of course, now the question is, I suppose these are, nope, that's pointing, I don't remember where the screws went. Alright, so I know that this has to go over here for a second. Oh, come on. So I can get two of these long ones in. Like that. Let's see, where's that? Not that one. This. So it's going to be this screw and this screw. Oh, that looks cool. Look at that. Oh, shoot. Good job. Ah. Alright, what is going on? That must get held in by the back of this. Okay, so then we need these two for here. Shoot. All right, so there we go. Put the little bumper back in. And the little spring just lines up inside that groove. And also the little pin that it pivots on, same area. All right, now we've got to connect the side rail, which is this guy. Oh, missed. Oh, come on. Dang it. Oh, I closed it the wrong way. That was the problem, huh? Dang it. See, this is why I don't like messing with these stupid little things, but I'm going to take this one out of the way. If I remember, that one was a little bit easier to get to than the other one. That stupid ribbon cable. Get out of the way. Man, I finally get the ribbon in there, and then that stupid door doesn't want to be where it needs to be. All the rest of the time it's jumping, getting right in the way. Man, it's freaking crooked. There we go. And now how do we get this one? I think that might actually need to go in farther. Oh, that seems to be in all the way. All right. Put this little bugger back in here. Come on. All right. This back in. And now we need this. This one is a pain. Actually, that wasn't too bad that time. All right, and the 3 screws for the battery tray. These are the little bit longer ones, but at this point you only got 3 silver ones left and 4 black ones, so kind of tells you where they need to go just by looking at how many you got left. And then we got to put this back in. It's crazy how small the wires are inside of this thing. Make sure that's the right way. Yep. And then the wire goes over on that side of it. Now there's no more sticky left on there. And we can close it up. Like that. Look at that. All right. Change out this tip. And I'm going to do the other shell tomorrow because I've got back problems and I'm dying right now. So, hey, I forgot these tri-wing screws are non-magnetic. So anyways, I think that looks pretty cool. The black buttons with the black stick. This looks cool because it's kind of opposite of the other one. I like it. That's really cool looking. That being said, if you're a rager, I mean a gamer that has problems with anger, clear is usually not a good color for you. Clear plastic is more brittle than other plastics, which is also why they say don't tighten the screws down super tight, because they'll fracture. Or not the screws, but the plastic will fracture. Alright, so last screw, and everything seems to feel good. Let's go ahead and power this on. Oh, it was on. And it still says it's pink, which I heard there's supposed to be a way you can change the color that the Joycon, or that the Switch thinks it is, but I'd say that's a pretty cool look there. So at some point I'm going to get the clear back for this too. This one, the tab for the screw here is broke, and it's also broke here. That one was the only good one left. So that was kind of a bummer. But there it is. Let's go into the settings and test all the buttons. Test input. Alright, so we got and this one is going to take a screenshot. Alright, so the buttons work. Oh, I guess we could test these too. Yep. Back out of here. And then go to calibrate. I think it's that one. Yep. Everything looks to be good. So that would be the left side done. And I will work on the other one tomorrow. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.